Another day, another absolutely devastating public endorsement for Kamala Harris at the most inopportune moment for Donald Trump. The greatest basketball player alive, LeBron James, posted to his 159 million Instagram followers and 53 million Twitter followers, quote, "What are we even talking about here? When I think about my kids and my family and how they will grow up, the choice is clear to me. Vote Kamala Harris." And then posted this video.
All right, heck yeah, it's cool. Black guy. That's one of my buddies. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
No, I'm not a racist.
They're taking black jobs now. The whole country's going to be it'll be like Detroit. A lot of it's about the genes, isn't it? Don't you believe? They're poisoning the blood of our country. Troublemaker. These are troublemakers. Look, I love the old days, you know? Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. Now, if you had one really violent day, like one rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately. But we're going to indemnify police officers and law enforcement from being destroyed by the radical left. You're changing history, you're changing culture.
Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need.
And let's be clear, this isn't the only high-profile endorsement that Kamala Harris has secured. She just landed this one from one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, one who just so happened to be the Republican governor of the biggest state in the nation, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who took to Twitter writing, "I don't really do endorsements, I'm not shy about sharing my views, but I hate politics and don't trust most politicians. I want to tune out, but I can't, because rejecting the results of an election is as un-American as it gets. To someone like me who talks to people all over the world and still knows America is the shining city on a hill, calling America a trash can for the world is so unpatriotic it makes me furious, and I will always be an American before I'm a Republican. That's why this week I'm voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. We need to close the door on this chapter of American history, and I know that former President Trump won't do that. He will divide, he will insult, he will find new ways to be more un-American than he already has been, and we, the people, will get nothing but more anger. That's enough reason for me to share my vote with all of you. I want to move forward as a country, and even though I have plenty of disagreements with their platform, I think the only way to do that is with Harris and Walz. Vote this week, turn the page, and put this junk behind us. And of course, that's on top of a raft of Latinos who came out after Trump's disastrous Madison Square Garden rally in New York, where his campaign gave the green light to a comedian calling Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. That led to musical artist phenom Bad Bunny posting this to his 45 million Instagram followers.
"I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader. He abandoned the island, tried to block aid after back-to-back devastating hurricanes, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults."
Beyond Bad Bunny, J-Lo posted to her 250 million followers, Ricky Martin posted his 19 million followers, Luis Fonsi posted to his 16 million followers, Nicky Jam, who'd previously endorsed Trump and went on stage with him at his rally, rescinded his endorsement and posted this video to his 43 million Instagram followers.
Mi gente, normalmente yo no soy una persona de contestar este tipo de cosas en las cámaras. Pues en mis redes sociales me refiero, una entrevista así. La razón por la cual yo apoyé a Donald Trump era porque yo pensé que era lo mejor para la economía en los Estados Unidos, donde vivimos muchos latinos, me incluyo, muchos inmigrantes que están sufriendo por la economía, y él siendo negociante pensé que era el mejor movimiento. Nunca en mi vida pensé que un mes después iba a venir un comediante a criticar a mi país y a hablar mal de mi país, y por ende renuncio a cualquier apoyo a Donald Trump y me echo a los lados a cualquier situación política. Puerto Rico se respeta. Nicky Jam.
Latino superstar Jaime Camille sat down with me and said this.
It's just crazy how somebody would consider Puerto Ricans garbage, or Mexicans rapists and drug dealers, or Latinos or immigrants crazy people that rape and eat cats and dogs, right? It's crazy. It's just, Brian, I don't even know what to say. It's so disrespectful. It's so far away from common humanity and decency that this is, we're really, I mean, are we dealing with this right now?
Yeah.
Were those remarks just said 1 week before the election at a political rally? What is, like, where are we? What year are we living? Like, what's happened?
And of course, these Latino endorsements of Kamala came amid a wave of Republicans coming out to endorse her. There's Liz and Dick Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, Stephanie Grisham, Olivia Troy, Anthony Scaramucci, Jeff Flake, Cassidy Hutchinson. Here's an ad that was put together by my friends at Republican Voters Against Trump, giving a permission structure to other Republican voters in the country who recognize the importance of deferring to democracy over political affiliation.
I'm a two-time Trump voter.
I'm a former Trump voter.
And in 2024, I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Harris is a former prosecutor.
She's smart.
I love her energy.
She will support our democratic institutions.
She will put her country first.
Harris is going to be better for this nation than Trump. I will be voting for Kamala Harris.
In 2024, I will be proudly voting for Kamala Harris.
And let's be clear, Kamala herself has made this a priority. Here's what she had to say about Republicans at her historic speech at the Ellipse in Washington, D.C.
Well, see, this is the thing, because we know we're actually fighting for a democracy. And unlike Donald Trump, I don't believe people who disagree with me are the enemy. He wants to put them in jail. I'll give them a seat at the table. And I pledge to be a president for all Americans and to always put country above party and self.
Trump has made punishing people who don't agree with his policies the cornerstone of his campaign. Kamala has made courting people who don't agree with her policies the cornerstone of hers. And therein lies the difference here. Trump wants total power. He wants zero dissent. He wants to flex his autocratic muscles and silence his opponents. Those are not the qualities of someone who is fit to lead a democracy. They're the qualities of a dictator, an autocrat, and yes, a fascist. And for all of those people who want to pearl clutch about calling Donald Trump a fascist, I'd be less worried about the label and more worried about what Trump is doing that warrants the label. Now, with all of that said, the reality is that all of the endorsements in the world don't win elections. People voting win elections. The endorsements are important for many people because they serve as a permission structure to know who to vote for, which, by the way, is especially important today as so many lifelong Republicans look to the Liz Cheneys and Adam Kinzingers and the rest of these pro-democracy Republicans of the world to know that they are in fact not alone in abandoning the party that has long since abandoned them. Or young people who may not pay attention to politics but look to artists like Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Charlie XCX, all of whom have endorsed Kamala Harris, as people whose values they want to emulate. But the most important part is converting those endorsements into action, and that is a group effort, one that we all play a part in. Do I think that people like Taylor Swift and LeBron James have a moral obligation to endorse? Absolutely. But I also think that all of us, literally everyone, have a moral obligation to do our part. And that means talking to your 1 or 2 or 3 people in your circles and making them your responsibility. People who otherwise would not have a plan to vote. The future of our democracy, of our rights, of our planet belongs to all of us. So do your part, because LeBron isn't the only one whose job right now is to leave it all out on the court. Before you go, just a quick note, if you'd like to see more of my content, which is always free of advertising, sponsorships, and paywalls, please make sure to subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button right here on the screen. And if you'd like to support my work even further, you can grab a copy of my instant #1 New York Times selling book, Shameless, available for sale right now. That link is also on the screen. Thanks so much for watching.